Hi there, Perfecto Castro here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. And in this video, I'm going to show you my daily guitar warm-up routine. I'm getting ready to record some guitar tracks and I have not yet played a single note on my guitar today. So I figured this would be a good opportunity for me to show you guys my warm-up routine to get my fingers and my hands ready for guitar stuff. So go grab your guitar and feel free to follow along. Now before we begin, there's a few things that I need to mention that we should keep in mind throughout this routine. Now first up, this is a warm-up session and we have to treat it as such. This is not going to be an intense technical workout. So all the movements that we're going to do should feel easy and not feel difficult at all. Which is why I don't use a metronome during my warm-up sessions. That way I don't feel pressured by a constant ticking of a timekeeping device, and I can execute the movements at a relaxed pace. Okay, here we go. The first thing we're gonna do is actually away from the guitar. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna shake our hands like this. We're gonna get the blood flowing to our fingers and just gently wake up the muscles. And as you're shaking your forearms and your hands, you can also wiggle your fingers. You know, you do the closing and opening of the hands. These are two hands clapping by themselves. And then you can also like pretend that you're grabbing an imaginary ball or squeezing an imaginary ball. You can also like rotate the wrists. Rotate the other way. I'm not really keeping count of how many times I do this. It's just I do them until they feel warmed up and reasonably loose. Okay. You can also do the finger wave. That. Okay. And you don't have to do this at the same pace as I am. You know, you can move slower depending on how your hands feel. Okay. And then you can get your hands and have them hang by your sides, keep shaking, and then you can start rolling your shoulders just to loosen them up. Forward rolls too. You can also roll your neck. Not really stretching anything right now. I'm just introducing movement to the different parts of my body. Okay. Now notice that I'm not doing any stretching yet because it's not a good idea to stretch a cold muscle. We need to warm it up first. Again, get the blood flowing. Okay. And then we'll do our stretches a little bit later. Okay. So now we are ready to put our fingers on the strings. Now the movements that I'm going to be doing will involve all four fingers. I'm saving all the scale patterns and sequences and arpeggios and chords and all that stuff for later, after we have warmed our fingers up and we start the proper practice session. Okay, we're going to line up our fingers on the 6th string starting at the 5th fret, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and move from string to string. Then move up, work your way towards the 12th fret. If you're an intermediate player and above, you will be tempted to speed up. Try to fight it, because we are just moving our fingers in a relaxed manner and just easing into it. If you buzz a note, if you make a mistake, just let it go. Actually, if you keep making a lot of mistakes, then that means you are doing this at a pace that is maybe too fast for you to handle right now. So feel free to use the speed controls on YouTube. You can slow this down to like, 0.75 speed, and you can follow along. Should feel nice and easy. Okay, so now we are at the 12th fret. And I am going to start working my way down, back where I came from. Now, as for your picking hand, because we're doing 4 notes per string, 4 fingers per string, I am using a strict alternate picking pattern. And this is the easiest way to get into it, because you don't have to change your pick strokes when you change strings. And as you're doing this, you should also try to be aware of how your body feels. If you feel like you're tightening up your shoulders, that is a sign that you are struggling. So just relax and let things go. Okay. You can also think of this time as a way of bonding with your instrument. You are getting to know your guitar on a more intimate level. Okay. Now we are back on the 5th fret. The reason why I started on the 5th fret is so that we don't introduce any stretches in between our finger webs yet. So the 5th fret is generally the area where our fingers can curl over and be relaxed, and we don't have to spread them like this. Okay. But now that we have gone up and down from the 5th fret, and we have somewhat started warming our fingers up, we can now introduce stretches. So I'm going to keep going and work my way back down until I reach the 1st fret. Okay. Opening up the finger webs as you go to the lower frets. And as for finger placement, do your best to press the string right behind the fret wire, because that is the place where the string is easiest to press. And you don't have to really clamp down on the strings to produce a good sound. Okay, so the next pattern will still be 1, 2, 3, 4, but then our starting finger will change when we change strings. So here we go. Here's the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change strings. Start with second finger. 2, 3, 4, 1. And then change strings. Third finger. 3, 4, 1, 2. And then pinky. 4, 1, 2, 3. And then the whole sequence repeats again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then we're going to move up 1 fret and continue the sequence. 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. And We're gonna work our way up to the 12th fret again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Now keep in mind that even though I switched up the pattern for the fretting hand, I am still playing everything with strict alternate picking. Now, if you find yourself making a lot of mistakes or you find that you're struggling, slow it down. As I said in the beginning, it should feel easy and not difficult at all. I also use this time to sort of get to know my guitar just with a tactile feel. That's why I'm not looking at my fingers. That, and I'm trying to talk to the camera at the same time, which is somewhat difficult. Okay, so now that we've reached the 12th fret, you can work your way back down to the 1st fret if you want to, but for the sake of this video, we are going to move on. Now, so far we've been moving up and down in fretboard positions from string to string. So now I'm going to move laterally from side to side, staying on a single string. So we'll start at the 5th fret, 1st string. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to move up a fret, one finger at a time. So the next sequence will be 1, 2, 3, and then reach one fret higher with the pinky. There you go. Then next sequence, 1, 2. This time the 3rd finger reaches one fret higher. 3, 4. And then next one will be the 2nd finger. And then finally, the index finger joins everybody else one fret higher on the 6th fret. And we're going to continue until we reach the 12th fret area. Reach, 3rd finger reaches, 2nd finger reaches, index finger joins, and we're going to continue. And again, if everything starts feeling too much to handle, slow down. Focus on the movements and focus on your fingers producing a good sound. Okay, now that we're on the 12th fret, we are going to go back the other way. So 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2. Index reaches down. Then 4, 3. 2nd finger reaches down. 4. 3rd finger reaches down. Then pinky joins everybody. And continue. So this sequence introduces gentle stretches between the finger webs. Whoops. There you go. That's it. And again, if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. Just, keep going. Where am I? Oh, there you go. Sometimes it's easy to zone out when you're doing this. Okay, now, when you're in the lower frets, the stretches might be a little difficult, especially the stretch between the second and the third fingers. So you can move your hand slightly to accommodate that stretch. You don't have to force yourself to stretch this way. Okay, so you can go do a little hand shift there. Okay, and again, it should feel easy. It shouldn't feel like you're straining yourself at all. Now, I don't do that sequence on all the strings. So for each session, I pick one string and just play it on that string. So let's say today's Monday, I'm going to do that sequence on the first string. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to do that on the second string, Wednesday on the third string, and so on and so forth. Because once you start pushing yourself and overdoing things, then it's no longer a warm-up. It's an actual technical workout session. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. Okay, the next sequence that I do is the flying pinky pattern that I've already shown you guys in a previous YouTube video. If you haven't seen that yet, click on the card above. Okay, so the pattern goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. And then we're gonna move up one fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. And then keep going until we reach the 12th fret. What did I say? 12th fret. I'm still picking it with strict alternate picking. And this is even easier because we're just on a single string. We don't have to deal with crossing strings. Oh, let's do it again. My main struggle right now is trying to talk and play at the same time. And again, if you feel like you're rushing stuff, slow down. Slip back into the easy zone. Now from here, you can choose to work your way back down again to the first fret, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to move on to the next warm-up exercise. Now at this point, your hand should be getting fairly loose and warmed up. But if this is your first time doing any sort of warm-up drills or any of these exercises, feel free to take breaks. If you feel, again, struggling, or if your hand feels tired, stop for a little bit and shake it off. It's also a good idea to straighten out your arms several times during your sessions, because sometimes we're so used to just bearing down on the guitar that we forget that holding your elbows at this acute angle pinches some nerves. So we need to let that loose and just reset. Now, in case you want to give your fretting hand a bit of a break, you can continue your warm-up session, this time focusing on your picking hand. And I usually do my basic right hand alternate picking drill that I've shown you guys in my how to use a pick video. Again, click on the card above to go watch that. So just focusing solely on your right hand, we're going to go 4 strokes per string. Down, up, change strings. Work your way up to the first string. And back down. And then same 4 strokes, start with an upstroke. Now, as you're doing this, make sure that your fretting hand is relaxed. Because a lot of times when you're focusing on one hand, the other hand kind of wants to help out. And even though it's not doing anything, like, it tends to tense up and want to grab something because it's, you're just not doing anything with it. So make sure that you relax it and empty it while the other hand is, doing the picking exercise. Go. So now we're going to go 3 strokes per string. And as I mentioned in that video, when you change strings, you also change the starting strokes. So up, down, up, down, up, down. Then 2 strokes per string. Now you can't see it because it's off camera, but as I'm playing these right hand picking drills, I am wiggling the fingers off my fretting hand just to get it to relax. And finally, 1 stroke per string. Oops. See, that's what happens when you rush things. You make mistakes. So, pull it back down into the relaxed zone. Now we move into some angular exercises. So starting on the 6th string, 1st fret, index finger, and then 2nd fret, 5th string, 2nd finger, and then 3rd fret, 4th string, 3rd finger, 4th fret, 4th finger, 3rd string, and then 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so that is the pattern. Okay, and we're gonna move up 1 fret. And work our way up to the 12th fret. Now, as for picking, you can take this opportunity to practice your sweep picking. So you can go down, 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 up, 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 and letting your pick fall from string to string. If you're not working on sweep picking yet, then just, use alternate picking. And slow it down. Make sure it's nice and relaxed. Now, on the way back down, we are going to switch the pattern and start with the pinky. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then move back down. I feel myself like tensing up. Oop. Mistake. Okay, for the next drill, we're still going to use the angular approach, but this time we're going to play them as chord clusters. You can either strum the strings, or if you want, you can use the pick and fingers approach and play them all at the same time. Right? Or you can get rid of the pick entirely and play them with your fingers. Okay. Also, this being the last drill of our warm-up session, we're going to step up the difficulty and add finger switches. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, switch fingers 2 and 3, and then switch fingers 1 and 4. Okay, so the whole sequence goes switch, 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 switch. So we're gonna go, it's like the fingers are moving in an X sequence pattern. And we're going to go up to the 12th fret and back down. Okay, so. And take your time. If you need more time to move your fingers for the switching, just, take it, do it. We're not trying to break any speed limits during the warm-up session. Okay. Another thing that you need to take notice of is how hard you are pressing down on the strings. It shouldn't be too hard. Again, it should feel easy. And if you find yourself struggling, slow it down. Okay. Now, if you're not used to sharp dissonance, like the way these chords are giving out, you can just turn off your volume knob and just, not listen to it that way. Though later on, if you're able to play this smoothly already and fast, it's like a demented jazz chord progression. And not jazz, a tonal. Right? Now this time I played that drill on strings 1 to 4. On other sessions, I will play it on a different string set. Let's say from 2 to 5. Or from strings 3 to 6. Also, at around this time, your fingers should be nice and warm and loose already. So you can take liberties with the tempo. If you want to play it fast, you're welcome to do so, as long as it still feels easy. Actually, the middle strings actually sound really interesting. And also make sure that all the notes ring out. Okay. A variation that you could do is to arpeggiate these shapes. Okay, now that's it for the guitar warm-up drills. You can put your guitar again and go back into the handshakes and wiggles just to reset everything. You know, straighten up your arms, and you can give your forearms a gentle massage. And now we are going to go into a series of gentle stretches just to stretch out the kinks in our warmed up muscles. So first up, we are going to meet our fingertips and then push them against each other until the base of your fingers touch, right? And then you can also spread your fingers to get a better stretch. Okay. Then from here, you can push your fingers against each other to get a stretch. So like here, I'm pushing my index finger and then the middle finger and then the ring, then the pinky. Okay. So one thing to keep in mind when you're stretching, only push until it starts feeling tight and not any further. Okay. You don't want to overstretch stuff and get injured. Now from here, we're going to put our palms together and we're going to start stretching our flexor muscles, this muscle of our arm. Okay. So sink it down like this. Okay. And just hold it there for a little bit. And again, relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your face, and just accept that stretch. Okay. And relax. And this time we are going to go this way, right? Time to stretch the extensor muscles, this part of our arm. Okay. And we're going to slowly let our wrists meet. Okay. So this is particularly difficult to do if you haven't done it before. So if you need to lessen the angle, you can just lower your arms a little bit and that's fine. But there. And again, relax and let the stretch happen. Okay. Okay, good. And then rotate your wrists the other way. Okay. You can also rotate your wrists with your hands open. That's fine too, right? And then let your hands fall to your side. And again, relax your shoulders, roll it back. I don't know if you heard that. That's a slight crack. Okay. And then roll it forward. Okay. Guitarists tend to store a lot of tension in our shoulders. So we have to be aware of the stuff that we hold on to. Okay. Because technically this part of our body does not help our guitar playing. So when you do this, when you play guitar, it doesn't help. Okay, so just let it fall, let it relax. Okay. And then rotate your neck. Okay. All the nerves that go to our hands and fingers start at the neck. So if you have a lot of tension in your neck, then you will have a lot of tension in your hands as well. Okay, now we're going to do a gentle stretch for the side of the neck. Hold the side of your head and just pull gently. Just pull until you feel it tighten. And when it's tight, just stay there for a little bit and just let it sink into the stretch. You also have to relax your shoulder, because if you're pulling on your neck and your shoulder moves along with it, then you're not really stretching anything. So just let it, your other arm hang by your side, and the weight of that arm will help you stretch your neck. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the other side. Okay. That feels a lot better. Now, if you went through the warm-up session sitting down, it's also a good idea to put your guitar on a stand and stand up and walk around for a couple of minutes. You know, go grab a drink or go use the toilet or whatever. That way you keep the blood circulating in the lower part of your body as well. Okay, now our warm-up is finished and your hands are now ready to tackle anything that is thrown at them during your guitar practice or recording or jam session. Now, if you dug this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, feel free to share it with your friends, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Ring that bell. And feel free to share your own guitar warm-up routines in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. Now go play some more guitar, because you know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers, guys.